All right, back with you after that pause.
Team's taking a little break here. Gonna try and get Nate over here for a few comments and see how things are going and how his summer is. And
over here. Is this sanitized?
Yeah.
yes.
Hey, good afternoon. We're hoping you can introduce yourself. We're here with a team of girls that have been playing volleyball for the local club here, and their season was abruptly ended, so we got together and we noticed you're kind of a walk-on. I'm wondering if you could...
Yeah, that's what I heard. That's unfortunate. Yeah, I was just kind of in the neighborhood and decided to play a little ball today.
It's good.
We wanted to ask you about the balls that you did bring, actually.
Oh, yes.
So it looks like this is from your tournament days in Mexico?
Yes, so Ixtapa, Mexico. This is south of the border, volleyball vacations. And what this is a company in Denver, Colorado. They have 3 or 4 trips a year, different parts of Mexico. And Ixtapa is in January, where you can sign up to play a tournament down in Mexico, where you play women's twos and then you play men's twos, and it's like King of the Beach style. And it's not all day, it's like you'll play 2 hours in the morning, that's it, and then you have the rest of the day.
So King of the Beach is like you take a court and you play until you lose? Is that King of the Beach? Or
no, it's very similar to pool play. So like the first day and a half, you just play co-ed fours just to kind of get your sand legs, in the heat. Because in Minnesota, you're just walking in snow, which is good cross-training for the sand. That's how I train. So you just play co-ed fours, you kind of get seeded. And then you get seeded, snake seed, similar to our tournaments. And then you go out on your court. There's 4 guys. You play 1 game to 21 with a partner. And then you switch partners, play another game. And then you switch one more time with the last partner, play a game. So then you're kind of out there. I mean, each time you play, you want to win with your partner, right?
Right.
So the first day, there's going to be a top guy and there's going to be a low guy. So when the top guy plays with the low guy, you got to kind of make them play as good as they can, with you. And it's a really interesting game, It's a lot of fun. People enjoy it a lot. So then after you play, you get ranked, how many wins, 3 wins, 2 and 1, 1 and 2, or 0 and 3. Sure. Then points are a big thing, because there could be ties.
Every point matters then.
Yeah, so then after that, you get seeded 1, 2, 3, 4. Top 2 go up, bottom 2 go down, or something like that. And then the next day is a little tougher. And then you get down to like the final 4, and then you play in front of everybody. So I think there's 96 guys, 96 women.
Wow.
Okay.
And the kicker, they bring down 8 to 10 AVP professionals into Mexico. So April Ross, I met, was down there. Sean Rosenthal, they're both Olympians. So I got to play with and against April, like pick up play, and Sean Rosenthal, I got to go up and try and block, and I'm like, I got his line, and he just thumps it. And it's like, yep.
Wow. That sounds like a lot of fun.
You have some signatures on the ball.
Yeah, so some of them signed this one. So if you can kind of pick out some of them. I think that's Ty Trambly, Caitlin Ledoux. No idea on that one. Billy Allen, Janelle Allen, Derek Olson.
And this is your ball that you bring personally. Everyone brings a ball?
No,
I noticed you've got it decorated.
No, so about a month before, you get a ball in the mail, and it comes with this design.
Okay.
So it's, and then you bring it down there and you play with it and whatnot. And so I would have had 4, but the last year I'm like, I got too many of these balls. And then somebody recommended, they're like, well, the staff, like when we're at this hotel, like they just love it when we're there, because we take over this hotel, like 200 volleyball players, and they think we're all professionals.
Okay.
Which is cool.
So you have them fooled.
So this one pool bar, we had this, one guy serving us at the pool bar one day, and he was slinging us, chunky monkeys and whatever else. Like, he was loving it. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to give him my ball. And the look on his face. And he wanted me to sign,
you to sign it.
Yeah, he wanted me to sign it.
So there's a ball running around Mexico with your autograph on it.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's probably going for,
maybe it's on eBay by
lots
now.
Oh, yeah.
Could be.
It's a big seller right now.
That's good.
That's awesome.
It does sound like a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
What I noticed on the little logo over the valve, I think. Not over the valve.
Oh, this
Here.
one. Yep,
Yeah.
that's the south of the border,
Oh.
like SOB.
Got it. That's the tournament. Okay.
Yep,
Yeah,
not
that's-
the
that's
other
pretty
acronym
neat.
you're
And
thinking
then
of.
and you put your name on it.
Yep.
So you don't. I gotta imagine balls are getting swapped all the time.
I'm sure.
Well, I mean, you lose it, and then people are like, "Where's this ball?" And I think some of them I put Minnesota. Yeah, so they know like Minnesota, and then they give it to some. If they don't know who I am, then they know, give it to somebody
That's
from
where you come
Minnesota.
from. Yeah.
And I know all the Minnesota
That one
people.
looks like a late ad.
It was a late ad.
This one looks well planned. So this
That
must
was.
be.
This is probably 20.
Oh no, this is 16. You went downhill, sir.
Oh, I went
16.
home.
This is 8. This is the most recent one you have. You left 19 down there and you didn't play 20.
That's correct.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, I didn't play this last year. I committed. I wanted to make sure I was here, get the team ready for that. All important first qualifier.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
That was on my mind last summer.
Do you recognize this?
Oh yes,
Nate?
for sure.
Do you have one of these?
Yes, I do have one of those. My wall is quickly filling up.
For those of you watching, Mike just brought out the medal that the team won in Omaha, and I think there's been a lot of replays watched of those matches down there. I don't want to say it was an unexpected victory, but anytime you sort of play from behind a little bit and you're a little bit of the underdog, I think it always makes those things that much more.
Well, yeah, and seeding is not a perfect science, but I think the team was seeded 32nd or 34th, so not going into the tournament in that elite spot, the girls really had to work throughout the tournament and took down some really good teams. They played well.
Yes, and it was just a fantastic weekend all the way around, and what a thrill! It was wonderful.
Yeah, I gotta say your commentary was on point. I think my favorite phrase was I don't remember which match it was, but it was 1919. You remember what you said?
Must have been something about root beer,
yeah,
possibly.
1919. You like root beer? This is volleyball.
Must have been chasing down some battery change or something. I don't recall that, or I was so focused on the match that
I think my favorite is from the previous year in Orlando. We were down in the last match. I think it was 14-7. And I said to Mike, what do we need to do here to get back in this? And he said, we need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. I think that's my favorite.
Yeah, I mean, just one score down, right?
Yeah.
You score a touchdown, next
No
point,
big deal.
it's tie game. It's not that hard.
I think you guys need to get some of these players over here and interview. Maybe could even see if Laura can call in.
I think it'd be good to interview them and see how they're just, how is your summer going and what are your plans for,
then
kind of getting back to things.
Look
and
back
so
on
forth.
this.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get out of this because I have a sandwich in my cooler.
All right. Well, we can
Trying
certainly
to-
let you go. You were out there making some big hits and flexing a little bit for the camera. That was good to see. And yeah, you certainly want to get refueled and refreshed before we get back at it.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for that big club in Minnesota to get tanks like this with the logo on. I don't have any of those.
All right.
I couldn't wear it today because that would have been too warm to wear. So
Well,
Very
maybe
good.
that'll happen.
Why don't you go nominate our first athlete, and we'll see if we can get some.
I'll
Yeah,
see if
time.
anybody will come over. They look, I don't know, they look pretty comfortable hanging out.
Pretty hungry. I mean,
It's a little sweaty here. You don't want to wait.
Oh, it's all right. It's all good. Thank you so much for joining us. That was Coach Nate Layers, or at least an individual who appears to be him, joining us here on the program. We're going to see if we can't. We got a victim here coming over. We're going to talk to Audrey Spolidoro. She's got kind of a sour look on her face, but we'll see. Maybe we'll get some insight here into the game. And welcome to the program. How are things?
Good.
Having fun?
Yeah.
How's your summer going so far? It's an odd summer, but you have to make the best of it, I guess. And
Pretty good, I guess. I'm doing a lot of things with friends.
okay.
Lots of lessons. I had 2 today.
Okay. So you've already been out in the court and
Oh, yeah.
putting in the effort and
where were your lessons today, Audrey?
The first one was at Lights, and the second one was at M1.
oh wow. So you're making the rounds to all the major clubs in the Twin Cities here?
Yeah. I did. The first one was with my sister, and then the second one was with my school
Okay.
team. Yeah.
So speaking of school, that's of course coming up now, not too long. I hate to say back to school. We're not quite to that point yet, but
Oh, I'm ready.
okay. Well, I'm sure a lot of people are. What are the outlooks for the Raptors in the fall here? How are things looking, and what do you expect come up in the fall season?
We're pretty stacked once we find another middle.
Okay.
Yeah.
So expecting some big things.
Hopefully.
Make a deep run in the playoff.
Really hope so.
Yeah.
Got a youngster coming up, right? That's 13, say Addie.
Oh, yeah.
So she'll be an 8th grader?
Yeah.
Or, yeah, I think an 8th grader.
Yeah,
Okay.
she'll be in 8th grade.
Yep, good height, good
Mhm.
skill. She'll be a player down the stretch.
Good. Yeah, it's always, anytime you're in high school or college, you're looking for the players that are leading the team are your upperclassmen, but you're also looking down a little ways and who else is coming up to keep that continuity in the program going.
Can't coach height, Jim.
Nope. You got the tall skills. You either have them or you don't in that regard.
I don't.
Well, short of being put on one of these stretching tables, there's probably not a whole lot we can do about that. So,
Yeah.
other comments? Things that are
No,
going on?
Not really. I'm just kind of tired.
Yeah, well, it sounds
You
like
ready
you've had a kind of a busy day already.
Ready
so.
to get back out there? How do you set with those nails?
They don't bother me.
You're missing one.
These ones got broken
Doesn't
at
say,
hockey.
did they come off or break off? Or
These were hockey.
okay.
Otherwise, volleyball doesn't bother them.
So are they still in your hockey gloves, or?
One of them is.
It's interesting.
I guess that gives new meaning to the phrase. You leave it all out on the ice,
You leave it all.
including some of your.
Nails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who next do you think we can pull into this fiasco?
I think Laney should be
I
next.
think
All
Laney's
right.
next.
Yeah, that'd
All
be
right.
good.
My setter bud.
Okay.
Nice. Thanks for joining us, and
Bye.
good luck the rest of the summer and as you go into the fall.
Thanks.
Certainly is. The wind has picked up a little bit,
Yeah,
Jim.
we got a good breeze out of that. Boy, it feels like it's northwest, so maybe that humidity is going to blow out of here.
That would be.
It already feels
okay.
just a little bit better than it did when I went out at 2 o'clock. I thought, wow, this is going to be a barn burner for sure. But then the breeze came up, and if it comes out of the northwest, it should cool us down here.
I think we got some bribery happening here. Not sure exact. Oh, it looks like we got the whole crew coming, Jim.
All right. Oh,
Sam-
we're going to get some pictures here, I
Sans the
think.
coach. Well, they certainly don't need pictures of us.
No, I prefer to stay on the other side of the camera.
Don't you want to line up in front of the net? Our field mic is working.
You got to get her. I want to preview the Egan Northfield match that's coming.
It's a good call. Good call.
Wait, not everyone's. Wait, 6 feet apart.
We're going to hide here. None of us want to be on the camera
No.
in front of it. I prefer to stay behind. And things are. Our broadcast position is.
It's been compromised.
Yeah, a little bit. We'll have to reset
Not
here
sure.
before.
Not sure. I'm sorry. What?
You're being told to stand up.
I am
Oh,
standing.
man.
It looks weird when you just.
We don't have the tall skills. All right. Well, here we go.
Wait, I forgot to flex.
Hope the field mics picked that one up.
Yeah.
I guess it doesn't matter where I'm looking because the sunglasses are hiding where I'm looking anyway.
Yeah, I
so.
think I'm pretty well hidden here behind a headset, a hat, and a microphone. I don't think you'll recognize me.
Sunglasses.
That's
Incognito.
fine, definitely.
Ella, would you like to join us here? Would you like to join us?
All right, we're joined here now by Ella Masso. How's your summer going?
Pretty good. I haven't really done much.
Oops. Try it again.
All right, we have a little technical difficulties here. All
We're
right, I
good?
think. Yeah, now we got her.
I've just been taking some time to relax. Haven't
Yeah.
really done that much. I go up to my lake a lot.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, I feel like.
Is that Ella Lake?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, my
nice.
grandparents live on a lake like 30 minutes away, so we go up there a
Ah,
lot.
What
Oh,
lake
that's
is that?
Shoreview, it's
Shoreview.
Turtle
Turtle
Lake.
Lake.
Turtle
yeah,
Lake, okay.
I've heard of that. Good.
Very
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
I think if there's one positive out of all of this business, it does maybe give people a chance to do some of the things that they wouldn't have had time to do otherwise.
Yeah.
We get to see some immediate family, and
Hmm.
a lot of that is, hey, we just don't have time. That every weekend there's something going on here this year now. We
Right.
have some opportunity. So,
Yeah.
So excited for school in the fall and the fall
Yeah.
season. That's certainly not very far away from us here.
Yeah, I hope we can get back to normal, everything, school. I don't really like online learning, so I hope we can get back.
Yeah.
There's a date on my calendar that's circled, Jim. What?
Yeah. I have it circled. I've circled it 16 times over on mine. It's September 2nd.
Oh, September 2nd. Anything happening on September 2nd that you're
I don't think so.
aware of? Not. Okay.
Well, there's a big match that night.
Oh my gosh.
It's going to be played in the high school at Northfield, perhaps the biggest match to
Yeah.
ever have been played in
That will
Northfield
be a
High
big
School.
one.
We have the Egan Wildcats visiting.
Mhm.
And I tell you, I am super looking forward to that. It's
Me
going to be
too.
fantastic.
Mhm.
Two great teams. Yeah, really
Yeah.
ought to be a thrill, and hopefully that can all
It
come off,
will.
and really looking forward to
It'd be
it.
good warm up for both those teams
Mhm.
once if they get to the Eastridge match. So it'd be a good warm up between Egan and Northfield.
Mhm.
Yep.
Get ready to play them Raptors.
Yep.
It'll be a big game.
There's going to be a lot of excitement. Of course, volleyball has their big tournaments. The first one that comes up is the Marshall tournament,
Mhm.
and I think that's probably around a week or so after that match. So
Yeah.
be a good tune-up for. I believe we'll be going back out to Marshall again this year, so that's always a good trip. We had some success out there last year. I have to throw a plug in for Northfield that we beat all three state champions, not when it mattered in the state tournament, but at different times with
Yeah.
Wayzata and Stewartville and Minneota. So that was fun. That Marshall tournament really kicked our season off and put it in high gear. So
Yeah.
boy, we are really looking forward to seeing you guys come down and,
Yeah, me
visit
too.
us in Northfield. So.
How do the early season tournaments affect confidence of a team and players individually?
I think it's always good to see like a lot of different teams that you wouldn't normally see in your conference, and it gives you a little bit of a different style for all the different teams. So I think it's good to see different people, and definitely a confidence booster if you win them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, for sure, it does give you a chance to test yourself against
Mhm.
some of the other better teams in the state, and you don't always get that otherwise,
Yeah.
depending on what conference and section you play in. So that is definitely got to be a good thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, Ella, thanks for joining us.
Yeah,
Thank
appreciate
you.
it very much.
Get back out there on the court.
Thank you.
Kind of hoping Coach Nate would share a sandwich, but I don't know that that's in the cards.
I don't see it happening. He's enjoying that sandwich. I don't know what he's all got in that. He's got the same little wagon that I got here, but I think there's a whole bunch of stuff in there. Who knows?
He's a veteran volleyballer coming with food and snacks. You know, Jimmy.
Absolutely, yeah.
It caused me to think, well, maybe we could just order pizza and they could bring pizza to us. And I have to tell you a funny story. When I was a senior in high school, playing basketball, and there was a senior classmate of mine who just didn't get any playing time, and so it was the last home game of the season, and I'll be darned if he didn't order pizza while on the bench. And so we're in the middle of the game, and in walks the Domino's delivery guy, and someone points him to the bench. He walks right down to the bench, right in the middle of the game, and delivers the pizza. Needless to say, that gentleman no longer practiced with the team, but he didn't have a lot to lose. But it got a lot of chuckles out of there.
Oh man, that sounds
crowd.
like a good one there. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, that was Kyle Gregory. Good guy.
Yeah.
Well, things have slowed to a grinding halt.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody's getting back out on the court or not here. We got another call.
Hmm.
We're going to take this